What is perplexity and why aren't you using it? All right, let's talk about that. But before we jump in, let's talk about what this is. This is AI in 5. My name is Jordan Wilson. I'm the host of Everyday AI. So we're a daily live stream, podcast, free newsletter, tutorial maker, a little bit of everything, helping everyday people use and understand AI. So let's use and understand some AI. So maybe you've heard of Perplexity, maybe you haven't, but it is, I'd say it's almost like an AI chat slash traditional search engine hybrid. I've been using it off and on for a couple of months, but I wanted to show everyone the basics and talk about some of the pros and cons and give you some real examples. So, what's important to note is it is free to use. But if you want some extra features, you're going to have a login, right? So you can even use it without a login, which is great. But you do have to create an account, a free account, in order to use some basic features. So the first thing that you should look at is this Copilot button right there. So essentially, that is their GPT-4, so kind of the newest model. So even with OpenAI, with ChatGPT, you have to pay $20 a month to access GPT-4. So companies like Bing Chat and even Perplexity, you can get it for free for limited use. So let's go ahead and run this. So I'm putting in a query saying, please tell me how the stock market has changed this July and what it means for the average investor. So as an example, just so we can get a good comparison, I'm putting the same thing into in Cloud 2 from Anthropic. So we've done a video on that, so make sure to check it out. And I'm also doing the same in ChatGPT 4 with plugins enabled, the correct plugins, all right? Just so we can kind of see how Perplexity actually compares. Because if you've never even used an AI chat, or if you've used it a lot, Perplexity is much different. So what you'll see here is you see actually a pretty nice and accurate recap. So the thing that I really like personally about Perplexity is it cites everything. So a lot of times when dealing with GPT or just AI search, you're always kind of worried about, is this making anything up? Is this hallucinating? Is this AI model hallucinating? So the great thing with Perplexity is you can check right away, and you can, if you're not sure of a stat or of what the Perplexity chat is saying back to you, it's great. You can literally click on the link. So it's almost like a customizable, up to date Wikipedia that you can ask any question right in the world. That's the thing. Wikipedia is obviously great, but it's limited because it's saying here's the topic. Whereas with Perplexity, you can ask it anything. So let's even see, just as a comparison, how some of these other models stack up. So cloud obviously is not connected to the internet. So that's something that people always don't understand. The general knowledge cutoff for GPT is September 2021. And you'll see it here. If we're talking about July 2023 information, by default, Cloud 2 is not going to be able to understand that. So I did the same thing in ChatGPT with plugins enabled. That's the key, people. If you're using the free version, you can't access this information. But if you have the right plugins, you'll see here we kind of get a pretty good overview as well. So, and at least with this plugin that I'm using, which is MixerBox, which I'm a big fan of, it's going to give you the links as well. So, why would you ever use Perplexity? Well, if you've been on the fence about using AI chats or how it can be of benefit to you, I strongly recommend you try your next normal Google search in Perplexity, because I think it's probably one of the easiest ways for people to start becoming familiar and used to generative AI, because it is a nice hybrid between what we are traditionally used to with a search engine, where we can read and see links and read more, but also it's summarizing it, right? So this Perplexity is such a game changer in terms of, if you want to research factual, up to date information and to be able to read more if you want, this is a great example. So, if you actually wanted to know what was going on in the stock market, you might have to read, it looks like it's referencing at least 11 different articles right here in the answer. and it says it's considering 16 sources. So you would have to go read all of 11 to 16, so it looks like it read 16, and in the answer, it referenced 11 different sources. So I hope that makes sense, and just kind of the power of Perplexity and some of the things that there's actually some great benefits for Perplexity versus using something like Cloud or like even ChatGPT, because I think it gives you a much better understanding. So I hope that was helpful. If you haven't checked out Cloud yet, I think you should. So as a reminder, please go to youreverydayai.com. We have a free daily newsletter. Also, we bring on guests every single weekday, Monday through Friday, so you can ask them questions about their area of expertise with AI. So thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you back again with another AI in 5.